my loves. Welcome back to Moon Day Messages. I decided to not focus so much on trying to record these messages on Mondays because if you've been following, you know it's not working out anyways. But rather try to make it happen to record it on that exact day or at least around it when the energy is changing, which is today. Because today the sun moved into gate 36. But before we go and get into it, the signs that this video is for you are showing up now. So the signs are a plane ticket or plane tickets, a red ball, like I just saw. It was not like a ball to play with, but more like a pool ball size at least. And but it doesn't matter even if you see a bigger ball. And then a pink flower and 222. So if you see any of these signs, then this message is for you. Okay, so the sun moved into gate 36 today, which is the gate of crisis, and it is in the solar plexus. It is a bit of a challenging energy right now, which makes sense because the energy is building up to the full moon that is happening, I believe, in 2 days. And obviously, we are already in Venus retrograde. Mercury retrograde is happening. This full moon is not just a full moon, but it is also a solar eclipse in Virgo. No, a lunar eclipse in Virgo. And that is always like very intense energy. So a lot energetically is happening, and then also Neptune is moving into Aries, which hasn't happened in 165 years. So it's a lot of energy that is changing, that is asking us to change our ways. This is asking us to purge majorly. It is really that lunar eclipse in Virgo is really a pivotal point of your life before that and your life after that. Depending on where you have Virgo in your chart and what house you have Virgo in your chart, every one of you has Virgo in their chart. You might not have planets in that house that Virgo is in for you, but everyone does have a Virgo house. So figure out where that is, look up whole sign houses. The pattern app is amazing. And then just Google the number of the house that you have Virgo in to figure out what themes will be affected that you have to release, where you have to purge and release something. Okay, so for me, for example, I have Virgo in the 10th house, which is the house of career. So I have been, if you have been following me for a while, I have been ruminating around if I wanted to continue doing human design. There was a phase where I said, like, I'm not going to do readings anymore. And then I got back to it pretty quickly, actually. And just a few other things that are coming up. I love what I do, but I am feeling called to get more into a public speaking space than I have been already. And I want to focus more on that in the next 1.5 years, specifically because we also this week have a nodal shift. So every 1.5 years, the nodal axes are changing. And the last 1.5 years, the axis was in Aries and in Libra, and it will now move into Pisces and in Virgo. North node into Pisces and south node into Virgo. This means that it is my nodal return because I have in my birth chart, my north node is in Pisces and my south node is in Virgo. So your nodal return happens every 18 years. So it's a very, very big shift for me. And you are always meant to move more into your north node, and specifically when you have your nodal return like I have right now, it's going to be a very, very, very big shift. So, and then my eclipse being in the 10th house in career, like I already know that is what the shift is about. So watch me, follow me, and see what happens. And I'm super excited for this, but I'm also scared as fuck. but it's going to be fun, and I do want to share my journey with you in doing so. So stay here on my YouTube, because this is probably where I'm going to share most of it. But let's get back into the energy. So it's very pivotal energy for everyone right now. Like, March is without a doubt the most transformational and change bringing month of the entire year of 2025. And I'm sure that you can feel it already. With that being said, if you do want some help navigating these energies, I have my group container that is coming up very, very soon. I still have some spots left. They signing up for this is applicable for pay later and installment payments through Affirm, Klarna, and what is the other one? Afterpay. So there are really no excuses. If you want to change your life, if you want to use this momentum, that is a once in a lifetime energy right now, really, then that one is for you. Okay? Reach out, let me know in the comments, reach out on my Instagram and my DMs. I would love for you to join. Okay, let's get back to that energy. So the focus of the gate 36, the gate of crisis in the solar plexus, is really the potential for emotional growth and transformation during times of change and uncertainty, which is exactly what this time is about. This is the energy to navigate through crisis with resilience and to find opportunities for emotional development during challenging periods. It shows us to be open for revelations and aha moments through the ups and downs and learn from them. So it is really about allowing yourself to go through your emotions, go through the emotions, go through the phases that are uncomfortable, just as much as the human side of us wants to avoid this at any possibility by numbing ourselves through scrolling on social media, watching Netflix, maybe drinking alcohol or smoking some weed or doing something else, or through sex, or all of these other earthly things that we can do that are more feeding our ego, that is scared for the change to happen and that is scared for us to open up for the change, than what we're really supposed to be doing during this time, which is being reflective, going within, figuring out your pattern, like what is coming up in your life again for you to move through right now. Because if you are not understanding what pattern is coming up again for you to finally release, you will be stuck in it again. And that's again why I am offering this group container right now for everyone at a much, much lower price point than my one-on-one coaching, because I know how difficult this time is going to be the next few weeks. So I want you to have someone that guides you through it and have a community, because when we move intentionally together energetically and work on the same thing, we put so much intention and attention energetically into growth, wanting to reach the same goal. It will be amplified by everyone putting that energy in there. So you're not going through this alone. Like, you're going through this with community and someone that can actually guide you through it, because that person has done it many times with different people and with myself. Okay, so it is a very, very great momentum to actually do the work intentionally in that way and invest in yourself. Okay, because it is about embracing the unknown, having the courage to face emotional turmoil with hope and the anticipation for new beginnings, because that's really what it is. It's just on the other side of that work that you have to do, right? I want you to also try to switch the perspective and don't see it as an obstacle but a catalyst. But it can only be a catalyst and an opportunity for you to jump into this new version of yourself if you're actually doing the work and if you're actually realizing the pattern that wants to be released, right? Because we only grow through discomfort. I don't know who made this up. I don't know who made that decision for it to be that way, but that's the way it is. And I know that you know that. I know that the people that are following me have been on a journey already and they know how to do this work. And there's just this tiny little thing that you need to get to the finish line, which this group container really helps you to do. but it's not much. You have been doing a lot of work already. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Otherwise, you wouldn't attract me. Otherwise, you wouldn't be attracted to this video. Okay? No excuses. Okay, what came through when I was channeling, when you watched the last Moonday messages, and maybe even the one before, I talked about the magic dark, which is still the energy that I'm feeling for this week as well. Even more so. Like, it is even darker now, which also means it's even more magical because anything is possible. But what it basically feels like is you hear crickets. Nothing is changing. Nothing is moving forward. It feels like you want to give up. You really want to give up. You're like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. It does not make sense. Everything that the spiritual people are telling me is not working. This is probably how you feel right now, right? And I understand that you do, because I kind of feel like that as well, you know? But I have my tools and I understand my pattern at this point, that I can navigate it so much better than I was able to do it a couple of years ago, before I realized that this agenda that I'm teaching in my coaching is actually bulletproof and works so well. And it's still uncomfortable, but I have so much, like I have an unwavering trust that I will figure it out and that it will be fine, because I've been in this position so many times before. I've transformed so many times before using these tools, and I already can taste how it will taste on the other side of this, because I've been through these transitions so many times, and I really, really want to show you how to do this as well. Okay, so this is the part where you have to do the work to build your character, to learn endurance and resilience, and maybe even discipline. Another thing that came through while I was channeling was a father wound around abandonment is coming up for a few of you. So this might be that you have had a challenging moment with your father recently, or with a father figure in your life, or it used to be like that for you, and the feeling of that is coming up right now for you to release and work through. And what needs to happen in order for you to work through it is you have to connect it to hopefully the first memory that you have that is attached to that emotion that wants to be released right now. That's why the agenda that I'm using in my coaching is so powerful, because we use hypnotherapy recordings to help you find that memory in your subconscious mind, because you cannot, it is impossible, you cannot change things consciously that has to be changed subconsciously. You can't consciously tap into your subconscious to change things. It's impossible. You have to have access to the subconscious to make it conscious, to bring it up from the subconscious mind into the conscious mind, for you to be capable of being like, oh, that makes so much sense, now I can change it. Does it make sense? And that's exactly what I'm teaching in this coaching container. Okay, like you get the recordings to work through it. It's going to be homework, and I'm navigating you through how to do that exactly step by step. Okay. For some of you, something else came through as well, that you actually have to move more into your masculine energy right now as well. Like no procrastination anymore, no self-sabotage anymore, which is the second part of the group container that I'm working on with you, to help you get out of the self-sabotaging tendencies and the procrastination and the fear of being seen. Because it is time. It is time for you to finally step into the version that you came here to be. The world is changing at a rapid speed. Nothing is safe anymore. A 9-to-5 job has never really been safe, but it felt like it did. But now you can see that it doesn't, that it is not at all safe. And the only thing that creates safety in your life is you owning your autonomy and you showing up for yourself in doing, like, by embodying the version of yourself that you came here to be, without the fears, without the disbeliefs, without the procrastination, without the self-sabotage, without all of that. I want to help you to strip all of that off, okay? So this is what came through. Let me know if that resonates. I would love to know if it, for you, is more the father wound, or it is like that you have to break through that procrastination thing. Let me know in the comments. And let's see what the Oracle deck has to say. Okay, let's see what else is coming through. Okay, God, what is it that we have to know? What is it that the collective needs to know for this time right now? What is it that we need to understand? What is it that we need to navigate? What is it that is still missing in that message here? Thank you. What else is it that the collective that is watching this video needs to know? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's it. Thank you very much. Okay. First one that came out is sounding board. So you actually, this is very interesting because for the ones that resonates, and I am always manifesting the people that need this message to watch this video, for them to find that video. And a sounding board is really, let me just read it for you. Right now, you are advised to bounce off ideas with someone you truly trust. You seem a bit overwhelmed right now with decision making. It's okay to ask for help. Just make sure that person is not giving you advice based on what they would do, but really tunes into you and how your energy works while giving advice. And that's basically exactly what I do in this group container, right? Like, or in one-on-one coaching, if you want to do it more personalized, I do have capacity for that as well, which is also applicable for pay later and installment payments, okay? But you do need that right now, because you have to ride through the wave of emotions that is coming up for you right now in order to release them, okay? It is important for you to understand that community and someone that helps you through this transition is within reach. You just have to reach out, okay? And sometimes that means investment, yes. And if that is investment time-wise to do the work alone and kick your own ass, or if that means taking some money into your hand, even though it feels like it's like a big amount of money and it gives you anxiety, like the result that you will get out of this work, I guarantee it to you, will be so much more worth than the actual money that you're spending. And you're getting closer to aligning yourself to the person that you want to become, that will bring in abundance anyways. Because when you are the person and embody the version of yourself that you are supposed to be, that you signed up for before you came here, abundance is inevitable. It is a byproduct. Okay? You are called to take that step. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, we have, this is funny, we have divine masculine and the divine feminine. Like, the balance has to be restored within you. You have to overcome procrastination and step more into your divine masculine, but at the same time, you also have to be balanced in your divine feminine to be able to receive the abundance. And that is the dance that I'm helping you to dance. Riding the wave in community with someone that can guide you. This is wow, very clear, very clear. Okay, so I don't even know what to add to this anymore, because it's just, it screams at you. It's time, baby, it's time. It's time to stop running away. It's time to make up excuses. And it's time to just push what you know you need to do into the future. The time is now. Okay, baby? I see you in the group container. I love you guys.